Welcome back. This is video number 2 for our Picasso and Cubism Artist Appreciation lesson. Last time we did our warm-up, and this time we're going to be doing our drawing. So what you are going to need, the materials as follows: your 2 warm-up papers from last time, a pencil and an eraser, and you're going to need a large piece of white construction paper that is in your art supplies. That's paper clipped together in your art supplies. The large white construction paper is about 8.5 by 17.5, about 9 by 18 inches. It's this one right here. I have Joey ready to go. Here's his workstation. And hey, Joe.
Hi.
And then there's his large white construction paper. See how his is oriented portrait? That's how I'd like you to orient yours. So it's long and skinny up and down. And once you have everything, come back, press play, and we're gonna get started. All right, where are my little notes? Here they are. Okay, so keep this in mind because this is gonna be a challenging lesson for some of us. Always try your best. If you get frustrated, take a deep breath, count to 10, take another deep breath, and come back and try it again. Everyone's art's gonna turn out very differently, okay? Yours is gonna be uniquely yours, and I'm actually very excited to see how these turn out. And lastly, art is not perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna try our best and we're gonna get going. So this is the portrait that I shared with you last time of Dora Maar. This was painted in 1937 by Picasso. And this is kind of what we were emulating last time. So I have some images to go over with you. Last time I gave you a biography of Pablo Picasso and the different styles that he went through. This time I'm just going to kind of show you some of the images from his Cubism period, okay? So this was one of his very first paintings for the style of Cubism that pretty much sparked the creation of this style. Okay, this is another one. This is called The Three Musicians. You can pause at any point if you want to view the image that I'm showing you longer. This is called Bread and Fruit Dish on a Table. This one is called Still Life on a Pedestal Table. This one is called Cavalier with Pipe. And this one is called Weeping Woman. And this one was of his daughter, Maya. This is called Girl with a Boat. And this one, the last one that I have for you is called Seated Woman. Okay, so what we're gonna really be focusing on is trying to emulate the style of Cubism as we are drawing our final portrait of Dora Maar. I have the photographs of her that I'm going to show you again as well. We're going to draw her body from the top of her head to anywhere around, below her shoulders or even to her waist, but we're not going to do her whole body. And what I've been noticing is that when Picasso does any type of portraits where the subject matter is in a room, you can actually tell that the background is of the room. You can see the corners and the walls and the ceiling and the floor. Okay, so you might want to consider that when you're doing your drawing of Dora Maar. If she is going to be in a room, you might want to consider creating the background to match that. Okay, so I'm going to show you the photographs from last time. This one is of her forward facing. You can pause that if you'd like a longer viewing of it. This is Dora Maar from the side profile. And then I thought it would be kind of fun to show you a picture of Pablo Picasso. A couple of them. So I found these 3. These 2 on the side are when he's a younger man, and this one is when he's an older gentleman. So that's what Pablo Picasso looked like. All right, so we are going to get started. So go ahead and grab your warm-up papers, and I'll put this off to the side right here. I'm going to use a smaller piece of paper so that you can see me drawing it, and it will fit under my iPad. And I'm going to look back at my warm-up, and I'm going to look and see what it is that I liked about what I drew or what I might want to change. So this eye is looking off to the right. Maybe I'd want it to look to the left. Or I could do this. I have my profile going off to the right here. Maybe in my final piece, I'll do my profile going off to the left. So you decide how you're going to do it, and then let's get started. Remember, we are doing really basic shapes and lines. He did not do realistic drawings or paintings. His were more on the abstract side. So it doesn't truly look like a real person, obviously, because it's from all the different perspectives of the human body, from the side, from the front, from the top, and so forth. So we're going to be doing that. And lastly, just like when we were doing our painting lessons, I asked you to do your details really big, right? This time I'd like you to do your details on the bigger side as well. And the reason is because we are going to be using oil pastels to color everything in. And when you're using oil pastels to get into tiny little areas, to color in tiny little details, can be very, very challenging. So let's just kind of remove that challenge of a possible frustration on that end, and let's keep it with the bigger details. Just similarly to what I've done here, and similarly to how he did it, okay? So we're gonna focus on a little bit bigger details. All right, so I'm gonna put my warm-up off to the side, and I am gonna get started with her eyes. You ready, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and pick up your pencil. And you can start with the eyes as well. All right, so remember, we're gonna be making sure that we represent different perspectives. One eye facing forward, one eye off to the side. And I think I'm gonna do the opposite this time. I think I'm gonna have her facing this way. And Joey's already getting started making the eyes very big. So his details are already starting off very big. So I'm gonna do an almond shaped eye coming this way. And also draw lightly so that if you do need to erase, you don't have to erase very hard, and then it doesn't leave any marks behind. So I'm starting off with my eye facing forward, and I'm just doing an almond shaped with a circle in the middle. Joey's starting to erase, so we're getting wobbly. And see how I've made my details big enough here? I'm gonna be able to use 1, 2, 3 different colors of oil pastels within this eye very easily. I've made it easy for myself to be able to color in my eye with my oil pastel. All right, I'm gonna do the eye facing out like she is facing to the side. And last time I figured out that it's kind of like a triangle that's open, and then a half circle for the eyeball. And then the eyeball comes in like that. And again, I'm making my details big enough so that when I color it in, it is not a difficult task for me. So I liked the way that I did my eye last time, and so I'm just redoing it on my actual final piece. Hang on a second, Joe. Hang on a sec. So Joey's moving on. He's like jamming down the face. See how the eyes are this big? If you look at my eyes compared to my lips, you want to make things proportional. So I was just pointing out to Joey to make sure that things are proportional on the face. So if you see here, if your eye is going to be big, then your mouth should be proportional to your eye as well. Okay, so I'm going to do the eyelashes, and I know that when I paint in, not paint in, when I color these in with my oil pastels, I'll be able to trace those eyelashes with my black oil pastel very easily. Okay, so, wait a minute. So that's that, and then, okay. So I have her eye facing to the side. It's looking kind of bulgy to me. I'm gonna redo that. Okay, I'm gonna finish up with her eye, and then I am going to move on to her nose, okay? So I'm gonna do a nose that is kind of coming down her face this way, and then I'm gonna do a nose that comes down her face this way as if she was side facing. And then I can give her a nostril here and a nostril here, so she actually has two noses. And then I'm gonna come down for the lip. And here's the lip, and I'm gonna bring the lip in like it's almost smiling going this way. So I made my lip really big. Instead of last time I did two lips, this time I just kind of combined it into one lip. That was just a different idea I had. So I've done my nose, I've done my lip, my eyes, my nose, my two noses really, my lip. Then I can come up here and let's see, I can do her forehead coming up like this over her eyelashes. And then I can have her hair on this side look more forward facing, and her hair over here look more like she's off to the side. And then this is her hair coming down. So I've done her hair, and I've done the eyes. I can do some sweeping hair coming down here too. And this, I'm making my hair detail big enough for me to be able to color in all these areas, okay? So big chunks for her hair. And I'm breaking the hair up because maybe I'll alternate colors within her hair. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring her, let's see how I wanna do this. I'm gonna bring her chin down over here. And then it's gonna connect over here. I'm feeling like, we're getting really shaky wobbly over here. I'm feeling like her mouth needs to come down a little bit. I wanna angle her mouth down a little more. So you guys are just kind of playing with the way you want yours to turn out. I'm playing with the way I want mine to turn out. Okay, we're really, Joey and I are really racing over here. We're really making the video wobble a lot, aren't we? Here, let's do that. Okay, so I'm done with the side of her face, and I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna do her neck. So her neck, I'm gonna have it come down like this. And then I'm gonna have it come down like this. And I'm gonna have her hair sweeping down. Here's her shoulder. I ended up just having room for the shoulder area, and maybe not very much of her shoulder area really. But I'll do some greater details down here. I'm gonna have her hair come over her shoulder, and I might even have it come off the page down here. So I might do something like this. And then maybe even have the hair come down back here. Okay? So this is my version. And what I'm going to do is in the background, again, like in my warm-up, I'm gonna create different sections where I can do different geometric patterns. I'm gonna do different geometric patterns on her clothes as well. Okay, so now I'm going to start designing her clothes. And I think I'll give her a V-neck. Kind of a little design like that. And then I'll do some different shapes inside. Joey's really erasing. It's making the whole table shake. I'll do some patterns in here. And I'm just trying to be strategic right now because I'm thinking about when I'm going to be coloring in with my oil pastels, how I want to maybe alternate colors in between these areas. And I want to give myself enough space to be able to color in with my oil pastels. You might now be adding a hand if you'd like. So he did 2 hands for her, and her whole body kind of comes down this portrait here. I didn't give myself enough room, and that's okay. It just depends on how big your her face turned out on your paper. And I also am working on a little bit of a smaller paper, so it's up to you. Oh, I forgot her eyebrows. So I'm gonna go ahead and sketch in her eyebrows. Did you remember her eyebrows, Joe?
No.
So I'm filling in her eyebrows right now. There we go. Okay. And I'm noticing the use of color that he uses within her face too. It's very, very interesting how he blends the colors together. Okay, so now I'm gonna start doing, I'm feeling like these lips look like, almost like alien lips, but you know, I can work on those. If there's any part that's kind of bothering you, you can come back to it if you need to. You kind of decide what is gonna work for you. So how are you doing, Joe?
Good.
Oh, you are gonna do a hand. Very nice. So Joey is attempting a hand. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put some different shapes within her clothes that I know I'm making big enough so that I can color in with my oil pastels easily. So I'm done designing the clothing area for her. I'm not doing small details, I'm doing bigger details. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna divide the back into areas where I can go ahead and do different patterns. And so what I tried to do just now is I tried to make it look like this is the corner of a room. So this is a corner, this is a wall, this is a wall, and this would be the floor, and this would be the floor. I could, if I had more room up top, I could try to do some type of a ceiling, like here. He did the ceiling up here, and then I'm going to show you the other one. I thought it was really cool where he did the ceiling. I just have so many printouts, I just got to leaf through them really quickly. Okay, this one. This one right here, where he got the ceiling in there. I just don't have, I don't feel like I have enough room. I guess I could try. I could do something like this. And then I can come out like this maybe to try that, the ceiling effect. So I could do that. Yeah, let me try that. So I can come down, and now I have like a ceiling up here. So I have 2 walls, the ceiling, and then the floor, and then I have my subject matter right here. Wow, Joe, very nice. That's looking really fun. Okay, so now all I have left is to design the background. Remember, guys, at any point, if you need to pause the video, if you need to take a break, if you need to shake your hands out, just pause the video and come back to where I am when you are ready to do the next part. Okay, So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do some of the background. And I kind of liked what I did. I liked what I did here, and I liked what I did here. I'm going to try to do that for the walls. So I'm going to come over here, and this is going to be one of my walls. And I'm doing them big because, again, like I've said it a bunch of times during the video, we are going to be coloring in with oil pastels. So I need to make sure I have enough space in order to do that. So I did 2 lines, and then the next line I did a line in between. And I can do 2 lines, and now I have these big spaces here, really, really big. Okay, and I can just follow that pattern all the way up. 2 lines, 1 line. 2 lines, 1 line. 2 lines, 1 line. 2 lines, 1 line. 2 lines, 1 line, and I can probably add another one up here. Okay? Are you ready to just start designing your background? Do you want me to show them yours so far, or wait till the end?
Wait till the end.
Wait till the end? Okay. So Joey just finished her, and now he's designing his background. Again, like I said, I liked what I did over here with these rectangles going in different directions, so I'm going to do that over here. So I'm going to do some, oops, remember, I got to do them big. So I'm going to do a rectangle here, a rectangle here, another one, they're just kind of going in different directions. How do I want to do this one? That way. No, we're really wobbly over here, Joe. Okay, this is about as small of a detail that I want to do for myself, just because I know myself and coloring in myself coloring in with oil pastels. I don't want to get any bigger than that. Okay, maybe a smaller one here. All right. When I was looking through photographs on the internet to find something to print out for Pablo Picasso to show you guys, I noticed that he had a cigarette in his hand in almost every single one of them. So he was a smoker. And it wasn't uncommon in the time that he lived for a lot of people to be smoking cigarettes. Not a very popular thing right now anymore, thankfully, right? Okay, so I did some rectangles up here. I'm going to leave this blank because that's a big enough space for me to color in with oil pastel. And now I just have the floor. So this is a wall, this is a wall, this is the ceiling, and this is going to be the floor. So I think I'll do maybe some, I don't know, what shape should I do on the floor, Joe?
I don't know.
You going to give me a shape?
Circle.
Circles? Okay. I can do some circles. And then I have my floor that extends over here too. So I could do 2 circles over here. Whoa, okay. So I am pretty much done. I think I want to make her hair a little shorter now that I'm looking at it. I think I'm going to make it so her hair just kind of goes over her shoulders a little bit, like this. And I'm going to do a couple of like lines coming down her hair, like that. Okay, so I feel like I'm finished. I can take a minute and just kind of sit with it and look to see if there's anything else that I want to change. The lips, the lips for me, they're not sitting well with me still. I'm gonna kind of sit on this. I might do something like this where I do 2 things of lips. I'm gonna sit on that though. So Joey is done. Can I show him it close up with the light? I hope the lighting is okay for me for them to be able to see. Here, let's see. Here, do you want to actually put it up? I think it might be easier for them to actually see it. Okay, so, and then, oh, there we go. I can see it now. So that is Joey's right there. Very nicely done, Joe. And then when we come back for the last video, we are going to be using oil pastels to color it in. So we just have one more video after this. So here's Joey's all the way down. And then when we come back, we're gonna bring our oil pastels, we're gonna bring our actual composition, and we're gonna get to coloring, all right? Good job, you guys. Can't wait to see how yours turned out, and look forward to seeing you guys again in the next video.